What is up? It's your boy Johnny Shreve, IFBB Pro, Mr. Talik. It is. Welcome back to the episode of Diets Explained Easy. Today, guys, we're going to delve into the hot topic in the health and wellness community. That's ketogenic diets. Whew. So if you're here new to the channel, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Let's dive into it. Okay, guys, first things first, what is the ketogenic diet? It's a diet that consists approximately of 75% fat, 20% protein, and a mere 5% carbs. The main goal is to shift the body's metabolism away from using carb fuel and towards using fat and ketones, basically. I don't really want to explain that in depth because this is explained easy, but basically, ketogenic diet is when the body goes into a state of ketosis, right? When it basically converts carb energy basically into fat energy. It's as easy and basic as I want to put it, right? Hey, what's good, people? Struggling to keep up with your routine, or you feel like you're just spinning the wheels? Well, you came to the right place. Check out the link in the description below for my customized one-time training or nutrition plans. I'm also offering online coaching with weekly check-ins and unlimited contact with myself. And look, if you don't want to dive in right away and you have some questions, book yourself a video call with myself. And at the end of the consult, I deduct off any package that you pick. Anyway, guys, let's get back to the show. So the ketogenic diet it's not modern whatsoever. So I don't think this is a new thing that came up in the last 20 years. It's actually developed back in the 1920s to treat patients with epilepsy. Those people who basically couldn't do normal traditional medications back in the 1920s. I would assume back in the 1920s or anything earlier in that time, probably changing your food or whatever would probably be the best option back in the day. So either way, so you guys get an understanding, like I said, from previous videos, a lot of the diets that you see, the inception of those were for health purposes. It wasn't for weight loss. That's not what it was for. It was for some type of medical or health issue for somebody or some persons, right? Now, let's talk about the pros and cons about the ketogenic diet. Now, first off, rapid weight loss. Initially, it's largely due to water weight, right? So because you're eating so much more fat than carbs, put it this way, guys, for 1 gram of carb is 2 to 3 grams of water. So if you're eating, say, 100 grams of carbs, that's 200 to 300 grams of water that comes with it. So once you start the diet off, you're like, oh man, I lost a lot of weight. And it's like you lost a lot of water weight. Secondly, the diet may benefit specific medical conditions. So for example, some research shows that it can be beneficial for patients with type 2 diabetes. And thirdly, cognitive benefits. Some studies actually suggest that, it reduces symptoms of Alzheimer's, right? Alzheimer's. I always say Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's. Anyway, but again, those are some great pros, but here are the cons, because ketogenic diets aren't the end all be all, right? So the cons of a ketogenic diet, firstly, when you start off with ketogenic diets, you may start with feeling extreme headaches, fatigue, irritability. In the long term, there are some health concerns, such as potential vitamin deficiencies and an increased risk of heart disease due to the high saturated fat intake, right? You're eating a lot of fats, not many carbs. Again, when it comes to diets or it comes to whole foods, all macronutrients have specific jobs to do. So when you're having a diet that's 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs, you can see there's a lot of nutrients that might be missing in this. So you got to think of that too, right? And then in the long run, it's not really easy sticking to a low carb diet when you're a regular person, right? If you're not dieting for a show, or, if you're not, this might be very hard for you to do, eating low carbs, right? So let's get into some myth debunking. Let's bust a myth on the keto diet, right? Myth number 1, everyone can benefit from keto. Actually, those with certain metabolic or pancreatic disorders or people without a gallbladder may not benefit from the diet at all, right? So not everybody can, right? When we say everybody, all, that's completely wrong. Myth number 2, you can eat unlimited amounts of fat on keto. You can't. In reality, consuming large amounts of unhealthy fat, like processed meats, can lead to health problems, keto or not, right? Myth number 3, keto is a high protein diet. In fact, consuming too much protein can interfere with ketosis. So a moderate intake is what's recommended, right? So what the basically means, guys, is for your body to go into a state of ketosis, the ratios that I've mentioned earlier have to stay the same, because if you start eating more protein, then your body won't go in ketosis properly. Or if you eat too many carbs, obviously, right? So if keto doesn't sound right for you, there are other options than doing keto. There is paleo diet, Atkins diet, low carb, whatever, all those things. But really, when it comes down to it, my suggestion really is just like you can eat less carbs. Basically, eat your protein, body weight per grams of protein, and then you can just reduce your carbs. You don't have to eat only 5 grams of carbs. You could say maybe you're going to have, I would say 50 grams of 50% of your diet's protein, and then maybe 25% is fat, 25% is carbs, right? You don't have to go 5% carbs. So just think about that. Before you jump into keto, just think of just reducing your carbs, right? Anyways, so just wrap these things up, guys. Keto diet does have pros and cons, but the most important thing is personalize your nutrition. Don't just jump into diets because you think it's gonna be the end all be all or your magic pill to you losing weight. Every diet you decide to do needs to be balanced, coupled with cardio and coupled with training. That's how this entire thing works in the end. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed that and want to see more just like this, guys, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, guys, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.